Welcome to Board Games Galore. My name is Chris. This channel we cover the top 5 board games. If you like, please click the thumbs up and subscribe. So let's begin. Top 5 Supernatural, Paranormal Board Games. First, should I spell it as it is written? Let me give it a try. T-I-M-E. Stories. Nope, I will say time stories. This board game may skew a bit too sci-fi and futuristic, which is why it is not high up on the list of best paranormal games, but it is a fantastic one with paranormal elements, so it gains points. You and your fellow players are agents of time set to go back and fix events of various times throughout history. There are some other games on this list that are more in the adventure, but none are as much of a deep dive into story and role-playing as time stories. You are dropped into a very complex story. Keep in mind there are many, and you need to fight, search, discuss, and be clever and convincing to the characters you meet along the way. Some missions include saving an American city from a strange epidemic in 1992, exploring a dark tale of ghosts in the burgeoning film industry of the 1980s, or sails the seas as a pirate in 1685, in search of a supernatural force. Up next is Mansion of Madness. The ages are 14 years old and older. There are 1 to 5 players. There's 2 to 3 hours of gameplay. I have included the manufacturer video. After it plays, I will return and talk more.
A feeling of dread has fallen over me. The powers at work stretch further than I had imagined. I fear not only for myself, but for the entire world. I know now that a malign force is gathering and must be stopped. What I don't know is how.
Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition is a fully cooperative, app-driven board game of horror and mystery. Explore the veiled and misty streets of Innsmouth and stumble through the haunted corridors of Arkham's cursed mansions as you search of answers and respite. Dive into the required app to confront scenarios of fear and mystery, collecting weapons, tools, and information, solving complex puzzles, and fighting monsters, insanity, and death. Open the door and step inside these hair-raising Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition. It will take more than just survival to conquer the evils terrorizing this town. Next is Ghost Stories. The ages are between 12 to 16 years old and older. There are 1 to 4 players. This is a cooperative game, in which the players protect the village from incarnations of the Lord of Hell, Wu Feng, and his legions of ghosts, before they haunt a town and recover the ashes that will allow him to return to life. Each player represents a Taoist monk, working together with the others to fight off waves of ghosts. This is another adventure game on our list of best paranormal board games, but with much more strategy than some of the others here. Players, using teamwork, will have to exorcise the ghosts that appear during the course of the game. At the beginning of his turn, a player brings a ghost into play and places it on a free spot, and more than one can come in at the same time. Time to get to work. Next is Mysterium board game. This is the base game. The ages are 10 years old and up. There are 2 to 7 players. There are 45 minutes of gameplay. I have included the manufacturer video. After it plays, I will return and talk more. In Mysterium, one player takes the role of ghost while everyone else represents a medium. To solve the crime, the ghost must first recall, with the aid of the mediums, all of the suspects present on the night of the murder. A number of suspect, location and murder weapon cards are placed on the table, and the ghost randomly assigns one of each of these in secret to a medium. Each hour, example, game turn, the ghost hands one or more vision cards face up to each medium, refilling their hand to 7 each time they share vision cards. This is an incredible strategy game that tests the limits of communication. Great for entertaining or really for any occasion. Last is Eldritch Horror board game. This game is also a base game. The ages are 14 years old and older. There are 1 to 8 players. The playtime is 2 to 4 hours. I have included the manufacturer video. After it plays I will return and talk more. Across the globe, ancient evil is stirring. Now, you and your trusted circle of colleagues must travel around the world, working against all odds to hold back the approaching horror. Foul monsters, brutal encounters, and obscure mysteries will take you to your limit, and beyond. All the while, you and your fellow investigators must unravel the otherworldly mysteries scattered around the globe in order to push back the gathering mayhem that threatens to overwhelm humanity. Well, that is it for the countdown. Thank you for watching. Please comment below if you have any questions or just want to say anything. Don't miss out. See you next time.